Hello, welcome back to the channel. Got a quick video for you. This one is actually quick. This is showing you for each mastery the best. Well, you know, there'll be comments in the comment section saying I don't know what I'm talking about, but yeah, as you know, I don't know what I'm talking about. This is each mastery. I'm saying here's a skill that's really good at clearing areas of enemies early on in the game. So if you stick a bunch of points in these skills at the start of the game, you'll be able to clear areas quickly. Not talking about single target damage, deal with that some other way. These are skills that you can use to clear areas. What I've done here, full disclosure, I mean what I've done with this guy is he's got, if you can see, he's got a whole bunch of points. He's level 15, it's called 15. What I did was I got a character, stuck a merit on it to open up all the rifts, got a bunch of lore notes, got leveled up to 15, then took a copy of the save folder for that character. So I'm able to put one mastery on him, run it round, copy the folder over, which resets the character back to what he looks like now, stick another mastery on it, just in case anyone's watching this thinking that I've, you know, individually leveled up a character to level 15 9 times. No, I copied the save folder to reset it every time. So that's how I did that. So without any further waffle, I'll get straight into it. Best way to level a soldier: force wave, get yourself a two-handed weapon, stick a point in tremor so you can spam force wave. As with the majority of these leveling skills, it's going to chew through energy like nobody's business, but watch this. It's got range, does area damage, takes out a whole load of them in one go. There you go. It's pretty much all you want if you're going to take soldier as your first mastery. If you pick a demolitionist, well, you could put points into Firestrike and get a gun and go crazy with that. But if you want to have a laugh, get Blackwater Cocktail. Now, if you leave that unchecked, you can just spam it. But if you put a point in that, it's like a nuke. You can just run up to groups, dump this on them, run away, come back, and they're all dead. Because this does damage over time and all sorts. The state of that. Doesn't really matter about the 5-second cooldown. Hang on, how long has it got on it? Yeah, it's got a 5-second cooldown, but most stuff isn't going to survive. You know, they try and run through the flames and they're just going to die anyway. That hit that tree, I think. There you go. If you've got a gun as well, I mean, you could just mop up the stragglers as you go. It's overkill, isn't it? It's good. So that's that one, Demolitionist. If you're going to start off with an Occultist mastery, you get a couple of options. I mean, you could go pets, but if you want to run around killing lots of stuff in a group, Bloody Pox. Now the thing with Bloody Pox is bodies that are infected. So if an enemy dies, it will still spread it around. But what you want to do, you want to make sure that you've got corpse persistence crank right up and gore off. Now all gore will do, it will stop the bodies exploding and disappearing. You'll still see blood spraying everywhere. It'll just makes Bloody Pox work a bit better. It's arguably an exploit, but hey, it's part of the game. I'm not doing anything wrong. Honest governor. Right, watch this now. Cast it on the big one and he'll infect all the others. You can just run them around till they die. It's not quite as visually exciting as Blackwater Cocktail, but look at that. And see, other ones are coming out and they're dying as well because the bodies are still infecting them. And you can pull a whole bunch together, get them all get them all around, and then stick it on one and then just run through the mob again and watch them all die behind you. There you go, look. So yeah, so get Occultist, get bloody pox, run around infecting the world. Nightblade's a bit of a weird one. You're probably better off at the start just getting a weapon skill. But later on, once you've got a few levels in, get a sticker point in Veil of Shadow and then max this out. Night's Chill. You can see that's the only thing I've got going on here. And I've still, I mean, he's just got this garbage starter kit. But what you can do with this is it's a toggle skill. So you just switch it on and then you've got this aura of cold and gank. When you run past things, they just die. Or they take a heck of a lot of damage. There you go. So as long as you're fairly tough and you can stand in the middle of them all. There you go, look. I mean, you hit the odd one. If you've got an attack skill, use that. But if you have Nightblade, if you haven't got like an area damage thing, turn this on. That's the same effect. It's even less visually impressive than bloody pox because they're just dying. They're not really doing anything. Just there you go. I like that skill. It's nice. You can combine that with a bunch of other stuff and have some real fun with it. If you want to really burn through energy, play as an Arcanist. And max out Alexa's flash freeze as soon as you can. You can buff this with some good gear that you can get quite early on in Act 2, but if you know, the downside is it's got quite a hell of a cooldown on it, 6 seconds, but it's like a cold nuke. It's even more of a nuke than a Blackwater cocktail. If you play a sorcerer, if you play Arcanist and Demolitionist, and you have that and that Blackwater cocktail, because while that's affecting things, it reduces their fire resistance. Well, that's fascinating. It doesn't seem to affect those insects. Okay, I didn't realise that. I know it doesn't affect bosses very well, but pretty much everything else. Yeah, not my favourite. I mean, it's all right. Like I said, if you're a sorcerer, if you've got Demolitionist as your second mastery with this, you can have a load of fun with fire and ice going off all over the place. Old George would be proud. Watch this now. This will be funny. There you go. Look, when it works, it really flipping works. And you've got to wait for it to recharge though. Yeah. Once you get used to how it works, and if you've got a gun or something as well, you don't notice the downside so much. Like the recharge and the fact that there's some enemies, obviously it doesn't affect, not as well as the others, but there you go. So yeah, that's a good area clearing thing for an Arcanist. Shaman, you've got a couple of options. If you go with Devouring Swarm, I'd say don't max this out early on because it really rips through energy. It's okay, it's pretty good. You've just got to watch what you're doing with it. And it's not as quick as some of the other things. If you max it out, it's as quick, but you're just going to be relying on spamming energy pots. So it works. Now the other thing you can do is you can go and grab Hevel's Greatsword, which is in a house not far through Lower Crossing. You can get that quite easily. If you stick that on and go and grab Primal Strike. Primal Strike's got a thing the same as Force Wave if you turn that on. See, look at that. It's a little bit less energy crazy. and Devour and Swarm. Depends what you want to do. Of course, you can mix and match. I mean, you can put both of them on. And then if you're really lucky, you'll get that drop. Okay, so yeah, so you got a bit of a choice. I mean, you can max those out, but Devour and Swarm, but you've really got to keep an eye on what your energy's doing. Primal Strike, go with the two-handed weapon, stick that thing on. You can just call down a whole load of lightning on everything. There's Devour and Swarm, mix and match, and watch your energy just disappear. Yeah, Shaman's got a couple of options. Right, Inquisitor's a bit of a faff if you want area clearing. You've got Word of Pain. It's not got much of a radius on it, and it's good. You know, you might want to not max this out if you're going to spam it, because it's pretty bad for using energy. I'll just show you this. I'd be inclined, if you did Inquisitor, to just dual wield pistols for a bit. See, look, it's not got the. You try and get all of them, but it doesn't get. Doesn't have the radius to kill loads in one go. And look at the energy it's using up. It's got a damage over time on it, but it's not. It's not one of my favourites. So you took a few of them out, but unlike bloody Pox, it's not transferring from one to the other. And unlike some of the other skills, it's not quite as good. It's all right. See if I can take all this lot out when they come out of this hole here. Look. There you go. It's okay. It's not brilliant. It's kind of your only option. If you don't want to immediately dual wield guns. Come on, just die. Right. Yeah, it's probably the worst example. So that was that. I mean, what I'd probably want to do, stick a point in there and get 2 pistols, and you're gonna clear things fairly quickly. That's just, I mean, I don't know about that. Maybe we'll try that, see if that's any better. Just quickly going. Actually, there's some more around here. I'll just try it out. Yeah, see, so there's another option for you. Again, it's totally destroying my energy. I can't even use it now. Look. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't recommend that. There's better things to do with Inquisitor. It's not really, I mean, people recommend that, but you've seen it's not great. And I'm using that now, but that was, yeah. I think I've dissuaded myself. I'd go ranged and get 2 pistols. Contrary to popular opinion, but there you go, it's just me. Necromancer's an easy call. Raise skeletons, max it out, and you haven't got an energy issue here, because once you cast these things, alright, let's get you cast them, alright, it uses most of your energy. But you don't have to cast it again, because they just wreck everything. And if you've got you can do like a pet attack, so you can send them over. You can send them ahead of you, scout the area. There you go, look. See, they work fine. Look at their health, and you can view that. You got an options menu. I can never remember where it is. Display pet health bars. There you go. So make sure that's switched on, and then for the skeletons, because your other pets are listed up on the left, but the skeletons don't have individual health down here. The only way you can see that is with that option. If you start off with an Oathkeeper, go and grab this thing, Aegis of Many. You have to hold a shield to use this, and it's like a shield throw. But it'll only hit one thing. If you put some points in here. So yeah, so I mean this is a bit of a break from what I was doing with others. You need a couple of points in there for it to start doing its thing. Effects up to +2 targets. That'll hit 3 things. It's like a human pinball kind of job going on. See? Missed him because he's the 4th one. And it's got a bit of a cooldown on it. But it's got some good range. And the more points you put in that, the more things it will hit. And you can attach other like devotion skills to it. Look at that, look. So you got to do a bit of a kite while it recharges. It's pretty good, it's pretty powerful. It's kind of the only thing, I mean, these are just like passive things. That's just a thing for hitting things. That's not going to kill anybody much. So yeah, I'd go with this. Put some points into it. You can get it quite strong quite quickly. That's pretty good. Or just don't take Oathkeeper as your first mastery. Come on. Yeah, okay. It burns out your energy as well, as with all the others. But it's pretty good. Better than poking away with the knife anyway. Right, so that was that. I'll just quickly go over what I was saying at the start. I mean, this isn't saying here's the best skill ever for this character, this is what you must use. These are things that you can pick up early on that will help you clear areas. It's not saying just use that skill. You want to get some kind of single damage thing going on as well. Maybe that, whatever. There's the other masters have got their own versions and some haven't, so you've got to be careful. But yeah, so for clearing areas early on, as you're running around leveling up, those are the skills that you need to try out to see what you think. They're recommendations. If you never use them, doesn't matter. If you find something else and think it's brilliant, great. I mean, I've done that. But that should help you. If you're picking a mastery and thinking what skill is going to really help me clear areas, those skills that I've covered will help you clear areas quickly. Thanks for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I'll catch you all again in the next one.